Pisces, welcome back to the December 2024 reading. I feel like November reading for you was a very, very pivotal point in our reading calendar. And as we're going into December, the energy is shifting even more. Now, when I'm looking at December, it very much feels like everything is against you, but you're learning to balance yourself and find internal peace. What Spirit is showcasing to me right now is that there's a lot going on around you. There's a lot of readjustment. And it feels like externally, life is not necessarily going to be the same again. There's a lot of changes happening that are beyond your control. And Spirit is saying, unfortunately, sometimes we can't control everything. As much as we want to give our energy to making situations better, sometimes we just have to let certain situations be. And so when I'm looking at you right now, Pisces, it definitely feels like the external is out of your control. There's so many things happening externally that you cannot control right now. But what you can control is your internal relationship and the way that you show up for yourself through this season. Now, what Spirit is saying is don't let your mind go back to a dark place. In the past, you are somebody who's allowed insecurities to really hold you hostage. And in allowing those insecurities to hold you hostage, you've got yourself to a very, very dark place very, very quickly. Now, November brought a lot of emotions to the surface for you, and you're cleansing and clearing a lot of emotions. You've got a lot going on that you don't quite know what it is that you've got going on. And what I'm seeing right now is there's adjustment that's happening inside of your life. You're trying to find comfort within the changes that are happening around you. And I feel like you've been able to put them off for so long, and now all the emotions are coming at once, especially over the next 2 weeks. You're going to see lots of emotions heightenizing inside of your energy field because you're realizing that whilst you didn't want these changes in your life, actually they were going to happen regardless. Now, what Spirit is showcasing here is that there's a piece of you that is still trying to control whatever it is that's going wrong around you, whether it be relationships, whether it be family members, whether it be business. You're still trying to control. In trying to control, you are making the situation even more stressful than it needs to be. What Spirit is showcasing to me right now is that this is not a time of control. This is not a time to try and figure it all out and have all the answers and do all of the things. This is a time to go inward. And in going inward, you need to give yourself permission to ask, what is the answer here? The answer is to come internally. And the answer is to give yourself what it is that you need. I keep hearing from Spirit, with or without you. And it feels as though this next part of your journey is with or without something. Like something is going to go regardless. And you have to enter your new identity with or without that thing. And that's a really, really hard thing to get comfortable with because there's a process of end that's happening here for you, Pisces. And that ending, it could be a physical thing. It could be an ending of a relationship. It could be ending of a chapter of your life, a new season of life. That ending is very, very stressful. You're going through a lot of emotions, but it's in the greatest good. It's as though Spirit is saying you are going to learn so much about yourself throughout the next couple of months as to where other people's energy held you back. Now, I want to go to finances for 1 minute because I just had this flash of finances come through. And it feels like somebody else's energy has held you back financially. And there's been somebody who hasn't had the same structure financially as you. Maybe they haven't had the same goals as you, the same wants as you. And they're draining from you. It could be a family member, a relationship, a child. Somebody has been draining from you financially. And they're actually going through a season where they're taking themselves out of your life, right? And in them taking themselves out of your life, you're realizing what a drain that actually was. And you're realizing that their energy emotionally stopped you from receiving some of the physical wants that you had in your life. You wanted nice things. You wanted that next level of luxury, that deeper sense of security. But somebody else was draining from you. And you couldn't see it. And the reason you couldn't see it is because this person had a very good way at like clouding your judgment. It feels like I'm seeing the Justice card right now. Now, I don't read tarot anymore. I completely channel from Spirit. But the Justice card is all about, bringing justice to light, seeing things for what they are, seeing people in the season of life that they're in, karma cycles. And what we're noticing right now through the Justice card is somebody's had you fooled, and they've had you fooled for a long time, and it's somebody closer to home than you'd like to admit. And like when things were good, they were good, but this person like always bringing some kind of disaster to your door. And it's not intended. I feel like it's just who they are. And it's who they are because they're not willing to do the inner work, right? But in then bringing this stress to your door, you've constantly been draining yourself and your attitude towards life. This is not just career. This is not just finances. This is towards life as a whole. You are a very happy, bubbly person. And when you are in your energy, people feel it. But right now, you haven't been as bubbly and as energetic as you used to be because you feel like somebody else tries to clamp that. Almost as if they're intimidated by you and all of your fire. And so this is a dynamic imbalance, right? It could be a partner who doesn't want to see you grow, evolve physically and mentally. It could be a friendship that doesn't want to witness you bettering yourself. It could be a client that whenever you start to honor your growth and honor your relationship with self and your advancement with self, they kind of go into a discomfort with that. Whatever it is, somebody has an issue with you growing and evolving. And rather than admitting that they have an issue, you've been holding on. And you've been holding on in a way where, oh, do you know what? Like, they don't mean it like that. They're a good person. They're this, they're that. No, the signs are there. The visibility is there. You just need to accept it. And stop trying to be a good Samaritan. At the end of the day, there are so many signs there that this person is who you think they are. So admit that, allow that, and now do what you need to do to change. They're going to take their self out of your situation anyway, meaning that they're going to be less close to comfort. I'm not saying they're going to completely cut you off because I don't see that, but they're going to be less available to you. They're going to be less energetically within your space. And so once they're not in your energetic space, once that client's gone over there, once the family member's moved out, once your partner's, temporarily gone on a break with you, you're going to be able to think clearly. In thinking clearly, you're going to realize the toll that certain situations have had on you. And that is going to bring a lot to the surface because you're starting to feel like you've delayed certain chapters of your life. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do, and you've learned through this situation. And at some point on your soul journey, you chose this situation and you wanted to overcome this situation. My throat is getting super activated. What I will say is that inside of the throat energy, what is coming through is now a decision to take an action into your new self. Some things don't warrant conversation. This is not going to warrant a conversation. It's not time for you to have a conversation. It's not time for you to try bring this person back into your life. It's not time for you to be the one that leads the closure. They want closure, they can come to you. What it is going to be time for is for you to realize how this situation has affected you physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, and where now you need to place your attention. So there's a real strong energy of coming back to self throughout December, grounding back into your own energy and your own internal peace. And it feels super strong that you're finally getting yourself to this point. Now, I am opening the doors for the year ahead readings. Drop me a message on Facebook, Instagram. I'll drop all of the links down below if you would like to schedule. I would love, love, love to have you and channel what's in store for you throughout 2025. Don't forget to drop me a like and subscribe down below and stay tuned for more monthly content.